It's time for Dodger baseball.
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. So the Dodgers, they get the win on opening day at Coors Field in Colorado. Craig Kimbrel gave us a little scare there, did his best Kenley Jansen impression there late, but the Dodgers, they still get the win. They win by a final score of 5-3. Your Dodgers get it done. They end up getting 5 runs in the fourth. We're going to break down this entire game. Walker Buehler's outing. We're going to talk about this bullpen. They really stepped up in this one. But first, you know how we get down this show. Let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from. Give me those cities. Give me those zip codes. Drop those down below in the comments section. Also, give me your one-word description for Gavin Lux's slide. I mean, who did it better? Was it the smooth slider Raider Trey Turner, or was it Gavin Lux? What do you guys think about Gavin Lux's slide? Also, Gavin Lux, he is my player of the game. Gavin Lux, he really ignited this Dodgers offense there in that fourth inning, that 2-out, 2-strike base hit to get the offense going. And on the night, he goes 1 for 2, reaches base 3 times, draws those 2 walks. But we're going to break down this entire game. But let me know, 1, what do you think about Gavin Lux's slide? And 2, who is your player of the game? Let me know down below. What'd you think of Craig Kimbrel making his Dodgers regular season debut? We lived through the California adventure for so many years. Now we got the Craig Kimbrel pose right there. But here we go. We got Chris Stubble from the 206, Jeff Garza from the 93065, Daniel Braun from Lincoln Heights here. Boy, Craig Osterberg. Hi, D-Mac. What up, Craig Osterberg? He's a Dodgers Nation postgame show day one. Represent Joe Gonzalez, Gavin Lux, POTG, player of the game, slider of the game. Jeff Garza from the 805, Armando from the LBC, Long Beach. We got Ivan Ramos sub. We got Big Bear in the house. Barry, by the way, Friday opening day, baseball is back. Did you guys call in sick for work? Are you at work just not being productive? How'd you get the game in today? We got Joseph Gonzalez. Is Doug in front of a green screen? Joseph, I am actually not in front of a green screen for once today. I am live at Dodgers Nation HQ here in beautiful South Pasadena, California. We got the new studio popping off, so I'm actually not in front of a green screen like you usually see me. We got Martin High. We got not having the pitcher bat in the 9th spot is going to make a big difference all season. Yeah, that's a great point. It's a fantastic point there, Sandro, because you saw what this lineup is able to do. Early on, this Dodgers offense, they struggled. Through the first 3 innings, 6 punch-outs for this Dodgers offense. Top of the order, not really getting very much going. But you saw the bottom of the Dodgers order really ignite this offense there in that 4th inning. So Max Muncy grounds to short for the first out. Then Will Smith, he singles to deep center on a changeup. And then CT3, he doubles off the wall in right. Will Smith, he advances to 3rd, and then that brings up Cody Bellinger. By the way, we got to talk about Cody Bellinger. You got Bay Watch, but hey, how about Belly Watch? We're going to have Belly Watch this entire year to kind of monitor how he's doing. What are your thoughts on Cody Bellinger's first game of the season? If you look at his numbers today, Belly goes 0 for 4, not a lot of hard contact, swinging at the first pitch. He still is looking lost at the plate. We're going to break down some Belly in just a second. What were your thoughts on Cody Bellinger's first game of the season? Because that was one thing I was really looking and hoping for, that he would really flip that switch today in Colorado. Remember, last year opening day, he almost hit an opening day home run, but it was taken away after that incident with Raimel Tapia and Justin Turner, but did not have very much success today. Like I said, not a lot of hard hit balls. Did make contact, which was promising. Didn't strike out today, so that is encouraging based on what you saw him striking out 18 times in spring training. But here we go. We got Sicko. I didn't go to school. I like that. Hey, man, school? Who needs school? Baseball. The school of baseball. We got Craig Osterberg, Chris Taylor. That's your player of the game. That's a good pick because Chris Taylor, he gets the Dodgers, him and Mookie Betts are the Dodgers 2 extra base hits today. Chris Taylor, of course, like I just said, he gets that double off the right field wall, and that really was a nice piece of hitting by CT3. Goes the other way with it, and then, of course, that brings up Cody Bellinger, First pitch swinging, he fouls out. Be nice for him to really find a way to get it going somewhere. It just wasn't a great first game by Cody Bellinger. He's going to need some time to really figure things out at the plate, find a rhythm. But the at-bat of the game, though, like I said earlier, was Gavin Lux, because Gavin Lux was Gavin Clutch in this one for the Dodgers. The 2-2 pitch, he singles up the middle, scoring Will Smith and Chris Taylor to tie things up at 2, and you saw the count right there. It was deuces wild, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Gavin Lux, he just hits it right up the middle. A really nice piece of hitting, wasn't trying to do too much, and like I said, the bottom of the lineup, they got it going for the Dodgers, really changed the game with that 2-run single there with 2 outs. And then on a 2-0 count, Mookie Betts, he cranks a double to deep left to score Gavin Lux, and the Dodgers take a 3-2 lead. And look, at that point, look, Freeland, he's got a nice changeup. They were struggling with some of his breaking stuff early on. At that point, they really started to figure things out against Freeland, because he did have a nice first 3 innings, but he ends up on the night going 3 2/3, gives up 5 runs on 5 hits, had 6 punch-outs and 2 walks. And like I said, Dodgers, those first 6 punch-outs come in the first 3 innings. And then Freddie Freeman, he draws a 2-out walk. You love his approach at the plate. And he was able to reach. And then that brought up Trey Turner with runners on first and second with 2 outs on a 1-1 count. Trey Turner, he singles to center, scoring Mookie Betts to make it 4-2 Dodgers. And then Freeman, he advances to third on the play. And then with JT at the plate, Kenley, he throws a wild pitch, scoring Freeman, making it 5-2 Dodgers. And then it really looked like the floodgates were really starting to open up, but on a 3-2 pitch, JT, he swings and misses on a slider away for the 3rd out. So that was the inning for the Dodgers, the inning where they score 5 runs. They were able to keep the Rockies to 3 runs. We'll talk about Walker Buehler's outing in just a second. But back to the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying today. Who is your player of the game for today? What are your thoughts on Cody Bellinger's first game of the season? Also, give me your one-word description for Gavin Lux's slide. It wasn't as smooth as the smooth slider Raider, but hey, it got the job done. He got the job done for the Dodgers in that inning. So we got Chris from Maui. We got Damian Lux and CT. They were great on offense. All the pitchers look good. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a second, absolutely. I mean, Walker Buehler on the afternoon, he goes 5 innings, gives up 2 runs on 4 hits, had 5 punch-outs, 2 walks, throws 78 pitches, 53 first strikes. Not a ton of swing and miss for Walker Buehler in this one, 7 swings and misses. And I think with Walker Buehler, you didn't expect him to go 6 or 7 or 8 innings. You didn't expect him to go close to 100 pitches in this one because, look, he's still in the build-up stage. I don't care what any of these guys are saying. You talk about the up and down and is more important than the pitch count. But when it comes to Walker Buehler, look, it is Coors Field. And to go out there in a place where he hasn't had the most success, to go out there and give you 5 innings of 2-run ball, and especially when early on this Dodgers offense, up until that 4th inning, weren't able to get it going. I think he was definitely solid, and there's no question about it. I think Walker Buehler, what would you guys grade his outing today? For me, I'm going to give Buehler a B. A B for Buehler. Wasn't quite an A performance. We're going to see tons of A's from Walker Buehler this season. But, yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely more than solid. 18 for 22 on first pitch strikes. They were fouling off a lot of his stuff, 18 foul balls. He just kind of wasn't throwing his heater by guys particularly well early on. He was still effective for the most part, but when you saw Walker Buehler in that inning where he gave the 2 runs, he had hitters in 2 counts and in 0-2 counts and just wasn't able to finish the job. We're going to break that down in just a second, but here we go. Jose Zepeda really like the Hawk, Kimbrel. Yeah, what did you guys think of seeing Craig Kimbrel out there? Because I remember when I first started this job back in 2019, the very first post-game show I did, I seriously got 90% of the comments were, we want Craig Kimbrel. We want Craig Kimbrel. Well, you finally got yourself Craig Kimbrel, and you made things interesting there late. But, look, at the end of the day, he got the job done, and you can see why the Dodgers, look, I mean, maybe they would have considered bringing back Kenley Jansen. You know that they were trying to free up some money. They were still in communication with him. He ends up signing with the Atlanta Braves, who apparently grew up loving the Atlanta Braves all of a sudden. But I'm telling you right here, right now, at this stage of their career, I've said it for weeks now, at their very best, there's really no comparison. Craig Kimbrel is better than Kenley Jansen when they're at their complete best. Look at Kimbrel last season with the Cubs, a .49 ERA. Yes, Kenley Jansen was lights out after he got booed off the mound, but to me, it's the walks. Those are really the issue with Kenley Jansen at this point of his career. It's the good Kenley versus the bad Kenley days, and I think if you get Craig Kimbrel right, you keep him in that ninth inning where he's very comfortable, I think that he's going to be lights out for this Dodger team. Because you look at what he was able to do on the mound today, he ends up, you look at that heater, he was topping out close to 97 on the heater. So when you look at him, he's very consistent with the velocity. It's just about having the feel for that breaking stuff. You heard about pitchers talk about not having the best feel for their breaking stuff at Coors Field. But hey, first appearance in the regular season for the Dodgers. Kimbrel did get it done. But here we go, Rick. Kimbrel got dogged on a strike he threw to Blackman. Yeah, that was a tight one. Definitely looked like he got squeezed there. That's a great point, Rick. We got Armando at work. LOL. Armando, hey, I don't want to write you up, man. Hey, you're going to get in trouble here, man. Get back to work. No, hey, man, it's all good. Your boss will understand. He's probably a Dodger fan, too. Verdell Newsome, is Kimbrel going to be another Kenley Jansen? I'm not happy with the 2 doubles he gave up in the ninth. We got Maximus. You sound better. You know I was sick or something? But yeah, look, he did give up those 2 doubles, and I think with Craig Kimbrel, look, it's just about going out there, and he can get roughed up if he misses spots. He ends up gives up 2 hits, allows the 1 run, 21 pitches, 14 for strikes. Did have the 2 strikeouts. So that tells you right there that he's still missing bats. He can still punch guys out. He was getting ahead in the count, 4 for 5 on first pitch strikes. But, yeah, that was – you don't like to see that, especially late at Coors Field, because we know Coors Field, it can get weird. That is where pitchers, that's where relievers go to die. Anything can happen until you get that 27th out at Coors Field, and you just never know. And I think when you're Craig Kimbrel, he's a guy that, look, didn't do very much in the spring. He's a guy that, look, he kind of relies on the big adrenaline moments, coming in the ninth inning and slamming the door shut. And look, at the end of the day, he did get the job done. And I think you're going to see him continue to get better. He's going to get more comfortable. You remember, he finished the season with the White Sox as that setup man. And for Hendricks, he just wasn't comfortable in that role. So now he is back, like you said a couple weeks ago, wearing a shoe that he knows that fits. So I was encouraged by the stuff of Craig Kimbrel there today. But, yeah, you're right, just seeing what he was able to do with those doubles. You don't want to see that. You want to see the hard contact. But, at the end of the day, it's tough to get the job done at Coors Field. They do have some guys that can swing, and anyone really can. But Guzman, who won? So the Dodgers won. The Dodgers end up getting the win today. They win. They're on pace to win 162 games this season, which is great. The record is 116. No, but by the way, what is your win total for the Dodgers this year? How many wins do you think LA will get this year? The franchise record is 106, set twice, 2019 and last year. Will the Dodgers top that this year? Let me know down below. But here we go. We're going to do some rapid fire on the comments here, and then we're going to keep breaking this thing down. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. If you're on YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because we're going to be rocking and rolling here on the Dodgers Nation postgame show all season long. We got all your fire takes, all your reactions to Dodger baseball. It's going to be a crazy game. Don't tell your boss. Don't worry. I won't. Armando Joseph. Kimbrel had a great save. Can't judge him at Coors. Yeah, kind of what I was just saying. You can't really take too much from a outing at Coors Field or an appearance because of how it goes down at Coors Field. You just never know. But look, at the end of the day, the Dodgers were able to get the win. The last year, they fall to the Rockies on opening day. But Anthony Keene, my man, D-Mac, finally getting the band back together. Yep, it feels so good. Baseball's back. Dodger baseball is finally back. And, yeah, we are definitely – the band is back together. Kimbrel will come through this year from Barry. Artie, this channel is more entertaining than the Angels broadcast. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, man, I think it helps that we have such a very entertaining team. Then again, they do have Shohei and they do have Mike Trout. For some reason, they just don't win out there in Anaheim. No, I'm just playing with you. But Deborah Young, Kimbrel closed it out. Deborah Young, by the way, are you still in mourning for A.J. Pollock being traded? I'm glad that you haven't gone to White Sox Nation because I know how much you love your Pollo. So how you holding up? Armando, wait, I'm the boss. Okay, so you're good. You're good. Lauren, at least he's making contact, though. Yeah, Lauren, look, that is, if you want to find a silver lining, he is getting contact, but he was also missing badly. He missed some fastballs right down Broadway, so that's concerning, swinging underneath stuff. So it does appear, unfortunately, that Cody Bellinger just hasn't picked up where he left off there in the postseason, where he really did start to figure it out. He really started to build some confidence with the big hit in the NLDS Game 5, and you saw the big home run, the NLCS. It really looked like the switch had been flipped for Cody Bellinger. But, hey, I'm still a Belly-Ever, but he did not look good today. It wasn't a great start for Cody Bellinger, and we'll have to see because, look, at the end of the day, this Dodger team, by trading away A.J. Pollock, they are betting on Cody Bellinger and Gavin Lux to step up because they're going to get more playing time in the outfield as well as Chris Taylor and some others. But Gavin Lux, he looked the part today. Gavin Lux looked like he belonged on that field, and he looked like he was the emerging star that we all hoped he could be. So I think that Gavin Lux is on his way to realizing his potential, the former top prospect in all of Major League Baseball. But Belly is the bomb from B. Guzman. I don't know. I think Belly bombed today in his first game. But look, stick with Belly. Damian, I'm not gonna worry about Belly if he's our worst batting eighth, but plays great D. I'm okay. We have enough to we have enough to not need this. Yeah, I mean that's kind of something I've been saying too, and I echo what you're saying as well. Is the fact that yes, this team can withstand having Cody Bellinger struggle at the plate and still lead the league in most offensive categories, especially when you consider the fact that you have the DH in the National League at this point. So, but at the same token there, I mean, there's a point where he has to do something at the plate. He can't hit 165 and post a 48 WRC plus again. I think if it gets to that point, look, we've seen Chris Taylor play some center. We know there's other guys down there. We know they did sign Kevin Pillar to that minor league deal. I know that there's a lot of people out there that want to see him get a look. Mookie Betts has played some center field, although I would keep him in right to try to limit his injuries as much as possible. But look, like you said, he is an above-average defender. Is he a Gold Glove caliber defender at center field at this stage of his career? I think that's debatable at this point. You know the talent's in there. There's no question about it. For him, it's just about going and taking nice competitive at-bats. To me, it's about maturing his approach at the plate. And, yeah, it's going to be a process. It definitely is going to be a process. I just want to see him go up there and continue to grind out at bats until he can really find it at the plate. Anthony Keene, Belly's going to be okay. He's making contact, whereas he was looking super lost last week. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the contact's a good thing. But like I said, when it came to Cody Bellinger, you look at how he fared in the spring training. He strikes out 18 of 36 at-bats during spring training, and you see him continuing to tinker with that swing. But look, the beauty of all this is the Dodgers have such a potent lineup. We haven't talked about Freddie Freeman yet. We haven't talked about Trey Turner yet. Freddie Freeman, what'd you guys think? What was your reaction to seeing Freddie Freeman in Dodger blue in a regular season game? I think that what you saw from Freddie Freeman today, gets hit by a pitch, you saw him get his first base hit. You love that all-fields approach. I think if you're Cody Bellinger, you look at someone like Freddie Freeman. You see how he approaches the game at the plate, and he can hit it to all fields. And I think that you just love to see that approach. And I think that's something that this Dodgers lineup was missing in the past. More of a boomer-bust lineup when it comes to the personnel up and down this line. But you got someone like Freddie Freeman with those bat-to-ball skills, a guy that's going to hit close to 300 or better each and every year. And I think having a consistent hitter up in the lineup is just going to help this lineup just be consistent, not have those dry spells, not have those cold streaks like we saw at times last year. But it was nice to see Freddie Freeman get off the schneid, get his first base hit as a Dodger. Did strike out twice. We got to talk about that. But, yeah, you got to get your first base hit, and he definitely accomplished that today. But here we go back to the comment section, guys. Keep sounding off. Give me a reaction to the Dodgers 5-3 opening day win against the Colorado Rockies at Coors Field. Freeman in control. We got Doom_South. Freeman had a good. I like that. Travis Johnson, Belly needs to get back with his hitting coach from his MVP season. Ivan Ramos just saying, I miss Corey Seager. I mean, you miss Corey Seager, Corey Slugger. Look, he is in Texas, signed that Texas-sized contract. And, hey, man, I think it's a good situation for him. I think if the Dodgers in the long run, I don't want to say he dodged the bullet because Corey Seager, his hit tool, what he can do at the plate is phenomenal if he can stay healthy. But that's a big, big if when it comes to Corey Seager. As he ages, how will the back half of that contract turn out? I think that I love what Corey Seager was able to do with the Dodgers we would not have won the 2020 World Series without the Dodgers. So shout out to Corey Seager for that. But I think the Dodgers are fine moving on and going their separate directions. But here we go. Edwin Rios, Ernesto De Leon. You know I love me some Big Daddy Babe Rios. And he was, along with Clayton Kershaw, the best player for the Dodgers this spring. He led the Dodgers in RBIs with 7. He tied with home runs with 3. And I think Edwin Rios, he looks healthy. He looks right. That swing, the power in his shoulder is back. And I think you're going to see him have an impact on this team this year. I mean, when he went down, he was like 1 for 45. He was riding a 0 for 29 streak. I was calling him Edwin Frios because he was so cold on the post-game show. But look, that was mainly due to that injury in his shoulder because, look, I'm telling you, he has put in the work this offseason. He's put himself in a great position to help this team this year. You also he's got some positional versatility as well. So we'll be seeing Edwin Rios. You got 3 bench players on this Dodgers 28-man opening day roster because they went with the 16 pitchers. But, yeah, we'll see him. I wouldn't be surprised as early as tomorrow. A professional DMAC. What does that even mean? He's coming out of the studio and wearing a polo shirt? What are you trying to say? Deborah Young. Of course, I miss my man AJ. All right, Deborah, but shout out to Zachariah, man. You're the man. Edwin, we got Zach. I'm liking the new studio. That's why, man, this studio is super lit, man. We're going to be coming at you all season long with nonstop content, so be sure to follow us on Instagram at Dodgers Nation, on Twitter at Dodgers Nation, on Facebook. YouTube is the big one, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV, because it's going to be a big year for your Los Angeles Dodgers, and you don't want to miss a thing. And we're covering your boys in blue 24/7, 365. Deborah, we got Gary A. Kimbrel is highly suspect, going to be nervous, time in one-run situations. Gary A. I think it just kind of depends on the Kimbrel you get. I mean, Craig Kimbrel is a guy that, look, it's only he has more saves than Kenley Jansen. Craig Kimbrel is a guy that, I think the thing with me when it comes to Craig Kimbrel is if you look, you don't see the big dip in velo. You don't see big-time changes in his game. And I think that the Dodgers realize that the big thing about this year is with the shortened spring training. There was a shortened spring training. You have that truncated spring training. They want to get as much depth into this Dodgers bullpen as possible. And they definitely infused it by adding Craig Kimbrel. And that's why, look, Ned Cleddy always used to say the game is too long for the opponent. Well, I wanted the game to be too short for the opponent this year. And you can get 5 innings out of Walker Buehler and feel good about it because you have the depth in this bullpen. And what that's going to do is, one, you're going to give different looks to all these hitters. You got lefties, you got righties, you got high leverage guys, you got some long men in that Dodgers bullpen. Also, you're going to preserve a Walker Buehler. You're going to preserve a Julio Urias or a Clayton Kershaw. And that way, we don't run out of gas in the postseason. We don't have dead arm situations. Shout out to Max Scherzer in the postseason. So I think that's why I'm so impressed with this Dodgers organization, is because they're not stubborn with a lot of the things they do as far as how they build their roster and their roster construction. When they lose, they take a real hard look in the mirror and they say, how do we fix that? And I think that's one thing they addressed, was adding quality to this Dodgers bullpen. So look, like Andrew Friedman said the other day, it's much easier to find a right-handed outfielder bat than a high-leverage reliever, and that's what they have in Craig Kimbrel. So I think when it comes to Craig Kimbrel, I think that he is definitely going to be an asset for the Dodgers. I definitely think that the Dodgers, looking back, will have won that trade. But Lux is the catalyst. David Raw, yeah, I mean, that's my player of the game. Do you guys have Lux as your player of the game? I think that was such an important start for Gavin Lux to go out there. You remember last season, all the hype when there was all that talk about him getting the runway at second base last year, and then we saw him turn into a utility man. He kind of sort of hit a wall, if you know what I'm trying to say, and playing in the outfield. But to see him at second base, his natural position where he's the middle infielder, he can read the ball off the bat well. Yes, he's had some throwing issues at times, but with Gavin Lux, you have to realize that you're going to get a bat, an above-average bat, a guy that can really change the game with what he can do at the plate. And I think that it was so big what he was able to do in the way he finished the season. Because after he was called up the month of September, he has a 976 OPS, and he starts to figure things out at the plate. He got that clutch base hit against the Giants in the NLDS, and I think that he's building. I think Gavin Lux is a guy that's building. I know that a lot of people want to just trade Gavin Lux. They want to dangle him in trade talks for a frontline starting pitcher. For me, I'm not trading Gavin Lux. I think I'm keeping Gavin Lux at this point. I'm not including him in any trade offers at this point. He's under so much team control. He has so much potential, and also a contingency plan if they can sign Trey Turner. Because, look, yesterday I spent all day hoping and praying that maybe we would get the day before opening day contract extension like we saw with Mookie Betts in 2020. Well, that did not come. And when it comes to Trey Turner, he's going to be a hot commodity when the offseason hits, and he's a player where if he has another great season, he's going to be looking at a contract $260 to $290 million, something in that range. So the Dodgers' shortstop of the future is a big question, and Gavin Lux could definitely find himself in that conversation. So I think he's very valuable for this Dodgers team. But everyone needs to calm down on Cody. This is from Damian Caminetti. Sorry, guys. Everyone needs to calm down on Cody. He's not bad. He's not batting in the top or the middle of the lineup. He's great on D. If he contributes on zero, great. If not, we will be okay. And I understand your point, and you make a valid point in the fact that he does bat down the lineup. But look, this is Cody Bellinger. This is the former Rookie of the Year. This is a former league MVP. So I think when it comes to Cody Bellinger, he set the standards so high for himself that you just can't not see it. You can't not talk about it. And also, you saw what he was able to do in the postseason last year. We know that Cody Bellinger is in there. When you saw him hit the home run in the NLCS, it was on a high fastball that had some velocity on it. So, look, I mean, for me, Cody Bellinger, keep the buzz cut. First of all, don't grow out the hair. That's starters. We know when he shaved his hair last year, he started to have some success. But give me 240, give me 250, 260 with 26, 27 home runs, and like you said, play that above average defense in outfield, and we'll be okay. It's just the 0 for 4s. It's the just the kind of the not looking like he belongs at the plate, and he just looks so overmatched at times. It's definitely a concern, but I still think that the good thing is last year was rock bottom for Cody Bellinger. It can't get any worse than last year. I think if he stays consistent with his stance and his approach, he's going to see the results as long as he continues to grind. Like I said, man, he's a big COD player. He likes Call of Duty. Hey, what do they say about Call of Duty? Find a weapon that you trust, and then you'll become a good player. He needs to find a stance that he trusts and an approach that he trusts, and I think that he's patient with that. He's going to find the results. B for Walker. We got going to be nervous time with Kimbrel, Verdell. B about right for Buehler. At some point, he has to pitch like a number one pitcher, not a number two. Wow. Do you guys, that's a good question, Verdell. We'll just roll with that one. Is Walker Buehler a number one pitcher in all of Major League Baseball for a rotation? Is he a frontline starter? Do you guys think he's an ace? To me, there's no question about it. I mean, last season you saw in August, he was still the favorite to win the Cy Young Award. Yes, he did run out of gas late. There's a little bit of a recency bias. You kind of see him pitching on short rest, not really being the dominant Walker Buehler where he's ringing guys up, where he's throwing it past guys like we saw in 2020, where he's hitting triple digits. I think that's kind of the one thing we almost have to accept at this point when it comes to Walker Buehler, is the velocity is definitely diminished to an extent. I mean, we're not seeing those 98, 99 mile per hour, 100 mile per hour fastballs when he's just reaching up there and getting himself out of jams. But we are seeing an evolved Walker Buehler. You saw today what he was able to do out there on the mound, where threw a lot of cutter. You saw him use that knuckle curve to get out of jams. So I think Walker Buehler has continued to evolve and realize it's not about getting punch outs, it's about getting outs. And I think that's the most important thing. And he's very battle tested. And I think Walker Buehler, there's no question about it, he's definitely an ace-level pitcher in this game. You see Garrett Cole get roughed up in the first inning today at home at Yankee Stadium. So I think Walker Buehler, we'll break down his star right here. But let me get back to my comments, guys. But let me ask you that question, though. How do you guys feel about Walker Buehler? Is he a true ace of a World Series winning team? I think it's just what version of Walker Buehler are you getting? Because 2020 postseason Walker Buehler, that's very different than what we saw last year. We had an ERA of almost 5 in the postseason, but still, he has been one of the best postseason pitchers in the game over the last 4 or 5 seasons. So here we go. Yes, sir, that's how we do it. Take that, Colorado Rockies. I like what you did right there, Daniel. You guys know if you're new to the show, anytime you have a burn, anytime you're talking smack, anytime any of that stuff, that's definitely what we want to see. We definitely want to see that bringing on this show. Kimbrel, first game, I think it was more nerves trying to show the Dodgers he belongs. Jason Dean, look, this is a storied franchise. And yes, he's played for some storied franchises, but this is the Los Angeles Dodgers, and it's one of the most hyped teams in the history of Major League Baseball. You're also on the road at Coors Field, so kind of have to give him the benefit of the doubt. The Dodgers won, Gary A. So, okay, here's your win totals for the year. We got Jason Dean, 103, Armando Ayala, 116, Matty Matt, 5 Dodge 92, Deborah Young 105. We got Craig Osterberg 104, Liz 112. The NSA is watching 100. Shout out to NSA. Jesus 110. We got gonna say 110 wins. Anthony Keene, Ivan Ramos. You're going to any games. Definitely will be at tons of games this year, hopefully. S Golan 79 105. Verdell Newsom. We got Tony. This is not a performance question since the Dodgers will host the 2022 All-Star Game in L.A. Is it still optional for the team to wear an All-Star patch on their jersey sleeves this season? Hey, you know me. I only bring my facts when I have them. I don't know the answer to your question, but I will try to find out. It's a good question because I'm into all that stuff. You guys know I'm a big uniform junkie, and that's a really good question. Pollock, sad face, good game by Lux and Taylor. What are we going to do about the thin starting rotation? Make a trade or something, Alex G. You're speaking my language. You know that's what I love to discuss all day, every day is trades and transactions. And I think what you're going to do first and foremost is you're going to see the first couple turns of this rotation. How do they look? How does the back end of this rotation look? How does Andrew Heaney perform? A lot of guys in this office not very high on Andrew Heaney. Not a lot of Heaney heads. Myself, I have my doubts as well. You do see the peripherals that let you know why the Dodgers were interested in him. High K, above average K percentage, below average walk percentage, but he gives up dingers. So if they can find a way to get him to keep it in the yard and be effective, yes, there's a chance. But look, I think you're going to see them piggyback guys. You're going to see the Tony Gonsolins. You're going to see the Andrew Heaneys. You're going to see them use some of those long men out of the Dodgers bullpen. And then we're going to see, how does Walker Buehler, Julio Urias, how does Clayton Kershaw perform? Because look, I think it's still not even discussed enough how remarkable it is that Clayton Kershaw picks up a ball for the first time in January. And he's already back on the bump as soon as he is, and be as effective as he's looked. So I think that when it comes to Clayton Kershaw at this point, it's kind of touch and go. Every single start, how is he going to look? Is he going to stay healthy? I'm going to be paying close attention to what he says to media members after the game about how he's feeling, how they're going to use him. And I think that the Dodgers are going to be very careful with how they use their starters this season. And then look, it's the elephant in the room. You have to discuss it. The Trevor Bauer situation. What will a Major League Baseball rule when it comes to Trevor Bauer? Because look, April 16th, that's when his current administrative leave expires. And at that point, does MLB come down with some form of a suspension? Do they make that suspension retroactive? Do the Dodgers get some financial relief because he's suspended longer? And I think that, like, at this point, we haven't even had any new information about, has Trevor Bauer spoken to Major League Baseball? Because we know that has to happen at one point. But we know that that's a very deep, complicated conversation when it comes to Trevor Bauer and the Dodgers at this point. But look, he is going to factor in to how they're going to fortify this rotation. Because look, I think there's a chance that he's back with the Dodgers this year? There's definitely a chance. But also, will they make a move? Will they be willing to flip some of these high-level prospects for a Tyler Mahle or Luis Castillo or Frankie Montas or guys like that without knowing what's going on with Bauer and the uncertainty with that? I don't think they will. So I think that, look, you just have to give it time, but I do think the Dodgers will address their starting rotation one way or the other. Because look, they're not going to invest so much in the lineup and invest so much in the bullpen just to send them to the postseason with a rotation that they don't think can win it all. So, look, I think we'll see how guys perform early on. Walker Buehler today, I think, like I said, I give it a B. It was a solid first start, especially when you consider the slower ramp-up time. You're at Coors Field. But, yeah, let's look into how Walker Buehler did today and to get back in your comments. LOL, Cody's contact today. Yeah, that's I missed a good one. Oh, yeah. LOL, Cody's Trey Turner kind of worries. That's 2 errors very recently. Yeah, you didn't want to see that from Trey Turner, especially when you consider that, look, he is an above-average fielder and above-average shortstop defensively. There's no question about that. And it almost makes you wonder, you're playing second for so long after he got traded because he was being a team player, and Corey Seager was playing short. Maybe he has to kind of reacclimate to that position. So I'm not concerned about Trey Turner at shortstop. Defensively, that's going to be a massive upgrade. That's kind of one thing about this season is they're getting a full season of Trey Turner and an upgrade defensively at shortstop, an upgrade defensively at first base with Freddie Freeman. This is going to be a very much improved defensive team for the Dodgers because last year they were definitely rough at times. Trinan looked great. That's from Roman Lassane. Yeah, the entire bullpen, really, the slip up there with Kimbrel at the end, still the slip up with with Kimbrel there at the end, giving up the run. But, yeah, Blake Trinan, yeah, he was lights out. He goes 1 inning on 5 pitches, so they couldn't touch Blake Trinan. You saw that filthy slider with that horizontal break. I mean, his stuff moves more than a military family out there, and you saw what he's able to do on the mound. Clearly the Dodgers' best high-leverage reliever and a top 10 reliever in the game, and he's in a position where he can have success in that high-leverage spot. He is the fireman, and, yeah, he got it done too. But also, what do you think about Brusdar Graterol? Brusdar Graterol, he goes an inning, had the punch-out, had the walk, and I think that he's another guy you want to keep eyes on early on in the season to see if he can generate more swing and miss and try to execute that newly learned cutter that everyone's talking about. And also, you have to mention Daniel Hudson, Dodgers legend, former Dodger Daniel Hudson. Because, look, before they made the trade for Craig Kimbrel, a lot of people were saying you're going to do closer by committee as a two-headed monster with Blake Trinan and Daniel Hudson. And Daniel Hudson, he ends up striking out the side today. So definitely a quality appearance for Daniel Hudson. You want to see that swing and miss. You want to see those different looks. I believe in Bellinger. He'll be back for Mora. Ivan, back Cody leadoff. Washington, we got Kimbrel will have bad days. Will miss some saves, but he'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like exactly. I mean, it's a great point. I mean, to expect someone like Craig Kimbrel, even though he has been one of, if not the best closer in Major League Baseball over the last decade or so, yeah, you're going to have your off nights. You're going to have your bad games. And look, bottom line is he did get the Dodgers out of that in the ninth, and the Dodgers end up getting the win. But, yeah, I mean, to think that he's not going to slip up at any point in this season at some point, I mean, you just got to just stay consistent and keep those at a minimum. But, yeah, I just don't I'm not overly concerned. I like the stuff. I thought his stuff was electric at times today, and he just kind of just missed a little bit. And then, like I said, you kind of got one bad call. But look, we're not all going to be 84 consecutive save Eric Gagne. So that's just not normal. But Gary A., no Bauer, no ring. Mr. Classic, Gavin Lux is a future star. Justin, Doug, no prospect is untouchable. I agree with you. I mean, no prospect is untouchable. Gavin Lux is he's past the prospect stage, right? So, I mean, are there some untouchable? You're right. When it comes to there's no prospect untouchable based on the player out there. Because, like, if the Nationals want to trade Juan Soto or someone of that caliber, then, yeah, of course. I mean, you take whoever you want, right? So I think it just kind of all depends. But Walker Buehler's burner, just get the Bauer ordeal over with already. Just annoying at this point. I won't be against letting him pitch again. Bobby Miller might be untouchable. Yeah, I mean, Bobby Miller, what he was able to do the other night, his demeanor out there, just his persona, his presence on the mound was very impressive. He said after the game that he wasn't as nervous as he had expected. He was a little surprised by that. And you see, he has that electric stuff. He has that fastball. They can just throw past guys. We're talking triple digits. They've smoothed out his delivery. You've seen that. You've seen him benefit from the Dodgers development, the Dodgers coaching. And look, I do think he could be a breakthrough guy this year for the Dodgers. And I think that based on what they could do on the trade market, maybe he is someone that you see out there for LA at some point this season. But very exciting to have Bobby Miller. Love the way, I love his gold show chains. I like the hat. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be Bobby's world at some point. He's going to be a very popular player, Bobby Triller. They better lock up Trey Gary A. Yeah, I mean, you know what Freddie Freeman said? He said, once you hit free agency, all bets are off. And that's just the reality of the situation. And I think if you're the Dodgers, yeah, I mean, I think that, look, I mean, I can't say that I would bet on them re-signing Trey at this point. I think that Trey Turner is a guy that he's a fantastic player. There's been some rumors that he wants to sign with an East Coast team. I don't necessarily believe that. And he was saying at spring training that he was open to discussing an extension. You saw the previous year the Dodgers did offer Corey Seager an extension, so maybe you saw him almost like an Aaron Judge level extension that the Yankees made, which was something nice, but not what the player expected as far as their caliber of player, as far as the contract that they think they should be signing. So we'll see what happens with Trey Turner. Doesn't mean they can't sign him during the season, maybe at the All-Star break. I mean, look, let's just hold tight. D-Mac is back and bringing the heat. Mike, and appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. Hey, thanks. Hey, guys, keep coming with these comments, man. This is going to be a big year for this show. It's only getting bigger, and your comments are really what make this go. I'm the man of the fan. I'm here just to, get your reaction. We break this stuff down together. Steve Miller, definition of insanity is when you continually do the same thing expecting a different result. Send Cody back to AAA. Next, Walker Buehler, number 1 Dodgers. Walker Buehler is still warming up. Anthony Keene, he's got the stuff. But not only that, he thrives in the high-pressure moment, and that's what you really want to see. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has those stones. He is big-game Buehler out there, and, yeah, for him it's just about commanding his fastball, commanding his really, you saw there out there today, kind of early on, we had those 2 walks. He was missing with that 4-seam fastball, and he did issue those 2 walks. But, yeah, I mean, he's Walker Buehler. He's a guy that easily a top 5 to 10 pitcher in Major League Baseball, no question about it. But I feel that Buehler hasn't reached his full potential quite yet. Look for him to be very good this year. As from Geshmake, 108 wins from laid-back Jason. By the way, no thoughts on Gavin Lux's slide. I mean, definitely wasn't smooth, but it got the job done. What was your thoughts? I mean, I almost feel like it was a little banana peel out there, something like in Mario Kart. He's kind of slipped and fell or something. But Buehler is so damn good. I wish people understand how good he actually is. Yeah, speaking to the choir here, man. I'm a big Buehler guy. And I think the most impressive thing last year was he was one of just 4 pitchers to pitch over 200 innings last season. He made a career-high 33 starts. So he proved to himself that he can be that innings-eating, that durable starting pitcher that can go wire to wire. I just think coming off that 60-game shortened season, I think that the way he worked his offseason is going to be different this time around. And look, you just don't know how you're going to respond from a shortened season going to a full season the following year. So I think that, yeah, Walker Buehler still young, still on the right track. I think that it would be nice to see that velocity go back to where we saw where it's plus, and he's just mowing guys down. But look, I think that has forced him to evolve his game. You see him get more ground ball outs. You're seeing that fly ball rate start to decrease. So I definitely think there's some positive signs when it comes to Walker Buehler, kind of, maybe losing a tick or 2 off that velocity. But yeah, let's dive into that inning too. The bottom of the 2nd inning where Buehler gave up those 2 runs. We're actually going to line up this. We're going to run through a couple comments here, and we're going to break down that inning. Not sure how many seconds we're even going. Let me see. We're 1 second, guys. You're at. Okay, cool, man. We'll wrap this up pretty soon. But let's go Dodgers. Yeah, give me a let's go Dodgers down below in the comment section, man. Give me a let's go Dodgers for the return of Dodger baseball, guys. 8 months of bliss. I'm telling you, baseball is back, and I could not be more excited. I know you guys feel the same way. They barely won, 121. That is lofty. I like that, though. I haven't seen one record prediction under 100. That's how confident you guys are. Aaron Judge will be a Dodger. Cody will be gone. Nando 390. You just know how to get to me, man. I can't not ask that question. Would you guys want to see Aaron Judge? Hey, he's from Cali, went to Fresno State. Would you want to see Aaron Judge on the Dodgers? Do you want to see them? Because if you do, all rise. Bro 121, damn. Who is worse, Gonsolin or Heaney? I think that, look, it depends on if you have a healthy Tony Gonsolin, if you have a healthy Gonsolin that is attacking hitters, that's keeping it down, that's hitting his spots, that's keeping it in the yard, that has the feel for that split change, that has the velo 95, 96 range. I think that Tony Gonsolin has the potential to be a much more consistent pitcher than go out there and give you 5 quality innings. Whereas Andrew Heaney, I mean, as a starter, ERA last year with the Yankees was above 7. I mean, he just really has not panned out. And I think with Tony Gonsolin in 2020, that walk rate was at like 4.5%. I mean, he was not walking batters last year. He struggled with command. So if Tony Gonsolin can stay healthy and has the command, I think that he has the potential to be a better starter than Andrew Heaney. Because, look, that's a special pitch that he has. That is a very unique special pitch with that split change. It's filthy at times. I'm rooting for Tony Gonsolin. Yes, he has postseason issues. But yeah, like I said, he can be prone to home runs based on his pitching style, and I think that really the important thing for him is trying to find a way to keep in the yard. But yeah, I mean, he looks good this spring. He really does. When I was covering spring training last week, that was one of the games I went to at Talking Stick, and he was just focused. He was dialed in. He was looking like the gunslinger, the great Catsby that he is. So, yeah, MLB Players Union is soft. We got Little League World Series. I think Cody looked better than expected. Hopefully he finds his form and delivers belly bombs. But, yeah, let's break down this inning. I can't read that comment, man. That just blew my mind. LaFlop, James needs retired. Tigers suck. We got 121. I like Lux. Bobby Miller looked good. Bobby has ice in his veins. Okay, first of the 110 wins Dodgers will get this year. Okay, so you got 110. All right, here. So bottom of the second, 1-2 count. McMahon doubles over CT3's head. So he missed with a fastball. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. So 8th pitch at-bat, and that was kind of the issue for Buehler there in the second, just wasn't finishing off hitters. So 8th pitch of that at-bat, Connor Joe fastball away. A nice piece of hitting, just went with it, and that gives the Dodgers runners on the corners with no outs. Then on an 0-1 count, next batter, Grichuk, grounded to first. How much wood could a Grichuk chuck if it – no. Grounds to first. McMahon scored on the play, making it 1-0 Rockies. And the Rockies strike first blood. So they get on the board first. They score a run there. And then Diaz, he grounds to catcher for the second out. And then on a 2-2 count, Iglesias singles the center, scoring Joe, making it 2-0 Rockies at that point. Buehler had him down the count 1-2. They hit another fastball. And then Buehler gets Blackman swinging on three straight pitches. So he comes back, strikes him out on 3 straight pitches, gets him to chase that knuckle curve down and in for strike 3. So that inning was... Yeah, I think the big takeaway there, he just wasn't finishing off hitters, wasn't able to just get that fastball by guys, and some nice hitting in that inning. But, hey, the Dodgers, they get the win on opening day. That is the most important thing. Let me get some final thoughts from you guys. Going to run down this comment section, just kind of go crazy, little rapid fire round, and then we'll get out of here. We'll let you enjoy the rest of your day. So here we go. Gonsolin has great stuff. He just needs, huge statistical $2. Thanks. A little sick, guys. I was at the Bobby Miller game. He's gonna be a star. Yeah, man. And by the way, I love his parents. His parents are stars too, man. That had me rolling. Dodgers have 1-7 in the lineup. 11 strikeouts today. Cody and Lux didn't strike out. I think really, when you look at this game, the Dodgers offense came alive after that third inning, because 6 of those 11 strikeouts there come in those first 3 innings, and then you get the big inning in the fourth. Yeah, the Dodgers lineup today, 8 hits, just 2 extra base hits, the one by Taylor, the one by Betts. Wasn't truly explosive. They go 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, 9 left on base. You saw the way they started the game. They got the leadoff man on in the first 4 innings. They were finally able to cash in there in the 4th inning. But, hey, I still think when you look at it, up and down this lineup, only Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner were Dodgers that didn't get a hit today. So, look at that. If you look at that lineup, 7 of the 9 hitters in your lineup get a hit. You're going to feel good about that. But, yeah, I think tomorrow you'll see him turn it up even more. But, yeah, you definitely want to keep those strikeouts down as much as possible. And then you did hit the error by Trey Turner. But back here, guys, we're going to let you guys we're going to get out of here pretty soon. But the Dodgers, they get that win 5-3 on opening day. Thanks for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We're going to be rocking with you all season long, breaking down Dodger baseball. And this show is a little different because, hey, this is your show. I'm just hosting, right? You guys give me your takes, and you sound off on your Dodgers, react to everything that we see in the games. And here we go. I lost my comments, but here we go. I'd rather have Cody start slow and finish the season strong. That's a great point, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But will he have the opportunity to finish if he doesn't start kind of semi-strong? I mean, you can't let him tank the whole way through. Lux slide is the new earthquake drill kids practice in school. Damien, don't make me laugh because I'm a cough. But you got me rolling, man. Kimbrel looks like a string puppet when his right arm hangs. EB, that's why I'm here, man. I'm here for these takes. I hate my wife, Nando. Okay, man, your wife's – don't say that about your wife, man. Anthony Keene, Gavin didn't slide. He skidded. Haha. We got DH was key today. Lux clutch in pitchers slot. Absolutely. You saw the benefit of the Dodgers having the DH. Yeah, don't let the Dodgers get the DH. The whole National League, the whole league is screwed now when it comes to stopping these guys. But let's go Dodgers. But yeah, thanks for rocking with us, guys. First show of the season. We're going to be here all season long. Would it be nice, but it won't happen. Bellinger will always be a Dodger no matter what. Anthony Keene, I dig Aaron Judge, but he's not versatile enough for the Dodgers. That's a great point. Also, you got the injury history there. I just don't see the fit. He's a little older than you think, too. He's like 29, 30. Mr. Classic, Gonsolin needs man balls and pitch like a boss like he owns it. Yeah, and I think that definitely. Can you shout me out, please? Absolutely, Finu Lee. There's your shout out. I got you, man. Orion Montes, I say 106 wins if we're pretty much fully healthy. LMAO. Yeah. Devers to Dodgers, man. You see Devers hit a tank off Garrett Cole. I do love me some Devers. And the Red Sox actually made an attempt to extend him before the season started. But Gavin Lux, oh man, you just got me to cuss on live TV, becomes an all-star. Okay, I like that. Come with the hot takes. You got Gavin Lux as an all-star. You like what you saw. Hey, man, Gavin Clutch today is what he was. What's up, D-Mac? What did you like today from our boys in blue? I mean, I really like the fact that the offense, they found a way to score those 5 runs there in the 4th inning. I really like how the bullpen just came in and got the job done. Yes, Kimbrel, he gave up those hits. He gave up that run. I think Walker Buehler, he definitely was solid, all things considered. And I think that this Dodger team just was about coming out. I think Max Muncy, I like the way he swung the bat. I think that Max Muncy's a guy I'm keeping my eyes on, coming off that torn labrum, coming off that injury. And I think when it comes to Max Muncy, having him in there and looking healthy is very important. I did want to see Cody Bellinger have a better day, but all in all, I definitely think it was a nice road win at Coors Field on opening day. You really can't ask for more than that. But Dodgers win 109 this season after trading Cody Bellinger. So you think the Dodgers will trade Cody Bellinger? Me personally, I don't think that's going to happen because I don't think torn UCL. Yeah, far forgot that. But yeah, I think when it comes to, I doubt they're going to trade Cody Bellinger. Still under 2 years of team control, and you also have to factor in: are you really going to sell him when his stock is low? I mean, I just don't see that happening. He's a homegrown guy. He's a guy that teams developed into an MVP. I just don't see that happening at this point because really, what are you going to get for Cody Bellinger if he continues to struggle? But trade Bellinger for pitching, make the move. Good night, all. Trey will be a Philly. Interesting. Thanks for another dope show. Thank you. D-Mac, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing really good because baseball's back. Joseph, Doug, what is your confidence level in Gonsolin tomorrow? You're asking me on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a tough spot. Maybe the Coors Cat pays him a visit, wishes him good luck. I'm going to give Tony Gonsolin my confidence level. You put him with his Dodgers lineup, the way he looked during spring training at times. Hey, man, let's veer on the side of positive, and I'll give him a solid 7. I'm a solid 7, I think. But you're not going to see, I mean, you got to lower your expectations when it comes to the innings count and the pitch count for these starting pitchers. If he goes out there, gives you even 4 innings of one or 2 run balls, shutout, or five innings, something like that, when you look at the depth of this Dodgers bullpen, you can feel good about it. But everyone wants to trade Cody. What value do you think he has? Not going to get anything worthy in return. Damien, you just read my mind. D-Mac, what up, Damien? Cartel, Dodger gang, a good start, D-Mac. Have a great night. Yep, guys, thanks for rocking with us. Do you like Drake? Hey, man, OVO. Trent, Thomas, D-Mac, what are your keys to the first 30 games of the season? Yeah, I think just go out there and really just go out there and I think the bullpen's got to step up. I think the starting rotation has to pitch well. I think so it's kind of a loaded question. I think I might have to drop a whole video on that, actually. So look out for that on the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Can stay here and talk to you guys all night. But look, Dodgers get the win. Go celebrate. Go get you some carne asada fries. Go drink a beer. Go pop some champagne if you want. That's probably what Padres fans would do after a regular season win. This one, we're going to feel good, act like we've been there. Long road ahead. It's the season's back. D-Mac, bring back the old entrance theme for the videos. I like that one. I'll work on something new for you guys. I still got to do a new intro. So, yeah, I'll cook something up for you. Don't worry. Great start for Lux. Brian, trade Cody for Seager. I don't think they're going to take that deal. Send Kimbrel back. Hope you feel better, Doug. Great job. Thanks you very much. But thanks again, guys, for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Dodgers get the win 5-3 at Coors Field. The Dodgers, they get 5 runs in the 4th. Buehler gives up 2 runs. Kimbrel gives up a run late, but the Dodgers, they get it done. Tomorrow, Tony Gonsolin on the bump, a 5-10 start at Coors Field. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Drop those comments. Next time, we'll be back with you guys on Sunday. So we'll be doing a post-game show for you guys on Sunday. But, yeah, man, thanks for rocking with us. Great to be back here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But thanks again, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And if you really want to help the channel, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue.